In the month of September so far, we've been able to cash collect over $97,000 at a 53% close rate and a 75% show up rate by literally using our method called 7-11-4. Right now, what I mean by 7-11-4 is simple. It means 7 hours worth of content, 11 different touch points, and 4 different chats. That's what the 11-7-4 actually means, right? By 7 hours, if you're not utilizing YouTube for those 7 hours, you're never gonna win the game, right? Because YouTube is gonna be the easiest way for you to get to those 7 hours. Right? I'm gonna show you exactly how you're gonna do that in less than 24 to 48 hours, because typically when coaches come to me to fix their funnel or fix everything about their system, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks for you to actually convert a singular person to a paying client. 11 touch points. When it comes to 11 touch points, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spread yourself out as far as you can. What I'm talking about is stories, CTAs, reels, explore tab, TikTok story. Be as much out there as possible, because when people see you on a platform and they see you on another platform and another platform, subconsciously they're gonna know what you're doing. They don't remember names, they don't remember what you do, but they remember certain aspects of your content. So if your content isn't doing something that's memorable, right? So for example, if you're not running shirtless every single day wearing blue shorts, they're not gonna remember you for that. They're not gonna remember you as a guy who is just yapping. They're not. We're in 2025, about to enter 2026. Literally, there's hundreds of millions of people posting content every single day. You have to be different with your content, or else you're never gonna stand out. What makes you different? It could be something as little as literally wearing blue shorts every single video, or something as big as buying like a car that nobody has. Now, when it comes to the chats, right, what I'm talking about is SMS, right? It could be SMS, it could be DMs, it could be FaceTimes. Whatever your sales guys are doing, I want you to actually go crazy on it. I want you to talk to these prospects 24/7, because what people are doing now, they're adding automations, they're adding email sequences. Nothing is personalized anymore. Something AI can't take over is that human touch, that human feel, right? So if you want a paying customer in less than 24 hours, actually conversate with them. Pay a sales team, pay an agency, pay us. It doesn't matter what you do. Have somebody actually conversating with your leads. Now, the way that we actually generate the leads, I want you to realize there's 2 separate really quick ways, right? One of them will be DM organic, right? The other one will be paid ads. It could be type forms, lead forms. Let's say it goes to the landing page. On the landing page, there's a form, right? I want you to actually conversate with these both every single time in less than 5 minutes, right? So the way that I do it is very simple. Whenever I get a new lead, right, my appointment setter literally goes right away, right? New lead, appointment setters on it, 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 right? Your appointment setter should be hungry. I have a hiring video if you don't know how to hire an appointment setter or a closer, but hunger is something you can't teach, right? I want you to realize that your appointment setter should be on it 24/7. Now, what we actually do and what we actually conversate about, right? I want you to realize that we call them. So we triage them to actually qualify them. On this triage, again, every single triage, whenever a prospect calls somebody or whenever one of my sales guys usually calls somebody, we actually get to know the person, right? Because our product is so good that you want to be known for that. So after the triage, you should be going on a GC with a closer, okay? So the triage should maybe take like 5 minutes. So this should take like maybe 5 to 10 minutes actually. So 10 minutes or so, right? GC with the closer. On the GC with the closer, this is exactly where you're gonna copy and paste some of the videos, right? So this is how you're gonna send them the YouTube. Okay, so whatever problem they have, I want you to actually connect their problem with a YouTube video, right? So if you're in B2B helping agency scales, what's the agency's bottleneck? If it's show up rate, of course I'm not gonna send them how to hire a sales rep video. I'm gonna send them how to fix that show up rate issue, right? By you fixing their problem before the call, it actually increases the show up rate. You already gave away so much free value that imagine on the call. This guy literally solved my problem on a group chat over text, right? Now when it comes to the closer, right? In order to make it even more personalized, you can try FaceTime, maybe you can try voice messages, right? Maybe you can try videos, There's so many different things that your closers could be trying to even make this even more personalized. Because I want you to realize that nobody in the industry is doing this. Nobody. Everybody's calling, everybody's qualifying, and then booking into a closer's calendar. They're missing the personal factor, right? Because even myself, I'm willing to invest into a mentor, but that mentor that I always try to invest in always has automations. It's never personalized for me. They just lie straight to my face, right? I want something that is genuinely gonna help me, and this is the only way to actually do it, right? On the triage, again, you're solving a problem, genuinely. You're solving their problem. And when you solve their problem, point them in the right direction, which is gonna be the YouTube. Send them the YouTube. Have the triage caller send them the YouTube and actually book the call for the closer. This is how your calendar should look every single day. If your calendars don't look like this every single day, then you're doing something wrong. 20 leads every single day, 20 inbound leads every single day. If we ever get a direct booking, right, and we message them, we nurture them with voice messages, with videos, with FaceTime calls. They're not ready to buy, we push the call forward until they are ready to buy, right? Because at the end of the day, what we want is 80% marketing, right? And then maybe like 20% close, right? The goal for this is for your closer to be as replaceable as possible. You don't want to depend on a closer, because whenever I step into many companies, what they have going on is that the closer literally guides everything. They're arguing with the prospects. It literally takes them an hour and 30 minutes for you to close. I want you to look at my calendar. Calls are back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Closer is not good enough. They won't close the deals. Now, if the nurture wasn't good enough, the closer won't close the deal no matter what. I have another video on how to actually close, but really simple. The closer's job is really just to reframe their mindset. They're already sold on the product. That's what nurturing is supposed to do. Nurturing is supposed to already sell them on the product. They're already sold. They already love it. They're jumping on the call just to get reframed. Because Josh, the person who's making 10K a month, who is now trying to go to 50K a month, is not there yet because of Josh. Not because of the business model, but because of Josh. So now what does Josh have to do? Because even if I gave Josh that 50K a month business model, Josh won't succeed. He won't succeed because he isn't the type of person to actually survive and actually make that 50K a month business work. He just doesn't have it inside of him. So what do we need to get Josh? To change his mindset, right? To make decisions on the spot, to be able to invest, to be able to hire the right people. Those 3 mindset shifts should be implemented into Josh, and it should barely take 30 minutes. The onboarding should just be a link, and it should be step-by-step instructions on how to actually get onboarded and how to actually jump on a call, whether it be one-on-one with you or maybe like a group call. It should just give you step-by-step directions, right? Another thing you should be having on your calls as well after you close. So this is after close, right? This is how you're gonna know if you're doing good or not, or what you're doing is working, right? Have an onboarding form with so many questions. Why did people buy? So in this onboarding form, why they bought, how many days did it take for you to see the content? So it should only be 24 to 48 hours, right? So how many days, how many hours, what video specifically made you convert? It could be another one. What could have made you pay earlier? There's so many questions that you could ask. I want you to realize that the more questions, the better, right? Because the more you realize why mentally or why physically or why subconsciously somebody bought into you, the more that you could do that. So for example, if this video generates me $100,000 just because I'm outside, there's people in the background, I'm in the pool, I'm in my lounge or whatever, then I'm gonna repeat it again. If the video generates me no money, then I'm not gonna do it again. It's called testing, right? Everything about your business should be testing. So number 1, ads should be tested. Number 2, YouTube videos should be tested. Number 3, your long form or short form should be tested. Everything about you should be tested. Maybe not to the T, but you should at least know what is converting and what is not converting, right? Now, the way that we actually structure our organic and ads is 1, the ads are forms. And it's a simple form, literally just ran on Meta, right? All it has is simple 2 questions. Now those 2 questions are you in real state, and the other one is info. What's your info? The contact info. All I really want to do with this form is really just get as least friction as possible, right? So literally get their info. This is just a disqualifying question, the most easiest one, right? I just want to get their info so I can call them literally within 5 minutes. That's the intention behind it, right? Because when we call, we're able to get them back into the nurture sequence, into the triage call, into the GC with the closer, into the YouTube back again, and increase the show up rate, right? That's gonna convert somebody from literally $2, $3 cost per lead, right? All the way into a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 paying client. That's way more than 10x ROAS. I want you to realize that, right? Volume will negate all luck. Because if you can spend $200 and generate over 100 leads, there's absolutely no way you don't close one person by just spending $200, right? Now, when it comes to organic, all we're doing is we're just going very, very broad, right? The intention behind it is because in the DMs, we get their number, right? In that number, what we do, again, we triage, right? So whenever somebody DMs us, hey, what is it that you do? Again, they're going back into this funnel, triage 10 minutes, we solve their problem, we send in the YouTube, and then we make a GC with the closer, right? Usually it starts off saying like, yo, prospect's name, this is closer's name, our top coach. Now, you never wanna end in a statement. You always wanna end in some sort of a question. Now, the question could be something like, out of curiosity, where do you see yourself in 6 months? You never want to ask yes or no questions in an actual text message because you want the prospects to open up as possible. You don't want to ask yes or no, then you get a yes, and now you're fighting against everything. Be as open as possible. You have to sell these guys over the actual DMs. I actually want to show you a really, really good example of me doing this, right? So this is an example of me actually doing this. If you don't know, this is a B2B company, okay? This is where we help agencies scale, okay? So this is literally me asking open-ended questions and by me actually trying to book the call. And that's the ad right there. Because obviously people forget everything. They forget that they're ever gonna fill out the form. What they won't forget is a face. So I just literally sent them the face right away, okay? Now, if in the triage call, right, you send them a DM and they don't answer, just do name, then question mark, okay? So if the guy doesn't answer on the call that you send them, right, name question mark and then call them right off the spot and then literally follow the sequence. The goal is to get him on the GC with the closer for him to eventually show up and then get a close. Now, that's what we do when it comes to broad, right? So we go as broad as possible. Hey, what do you do? Hey, like, yeah, bro, this is exactly what we do. What's your number, bro? Let me shoot you a quick call, right? We call them, they go through the sequence as quick as possible. Instead of nurturing over the DMs, losing the guy forgets, whatever it is, we are as proactive as possible and as proactive as we can be. When it comes to the 5K product, it really doesn't matter. Something that I realized, right, if you're selling B2B or if you're selling something sophisticated, the only way to actually increase the amount of money that you're making is by increasing the LTV. Now, how do you increase the LTV? You just increase the LTV and increase the value, right? Increase the amount of time that it takes for somebody to complete your program. So if your program is 6 months, change it to 12 months and literally just charge double. Okay, so if you typically charge 5K and the program is a month, find a way to charge 10K and make it 2 months. Figure out a way to charge 15K and make it 3 months, right? Make it a step by step by step by step, right? So for example, if I wanted to make a 12-month product, it's going to take you 12 months to see X desired amount of results, right? So for example, for one of my B2B companies that I'm actually sales managing for, their product is, we're going to get you 15 clients in 5 months, right? Why not get them 30 clients in 12 months or 15 clients in 12 months, right? And you can keep charging 2K every single month. At the end of the year, you're going to have 24K. So you're able now, right? With this offer, you're able to charge 24K up front, right? Whatever you can do up front, maybe it's like 8, 5, whatever, increases the rev share, so on and so forth. But the LTV is 24K. This allows you for 2K every month. If we're able to cash collect 97,000 and we can collect that again next month and the month after that, by literally having these, we're gonna create maybe like $500,000 in MRR just by literally payment plans. That's how you're gonna live. Your coaching program will live without having to get clients next month, and the month after that, and the month after that, right? Because the biggest bottleneck that I've seen is that coaching clients or people who want to be aspiring coaches, they're living lead to lead. It's like they built themselves an agency, an SMMA. They have to literally get more leads the next month. They have to close 60 more people the next month, and the month after that, and the month after that. There is no scalability just because you have no LTV. Now, I know this video was very detailed, right? But it was detailed in a broad way. If you want me to explain one of these topics in very, very specific detail, so if you want to see how we send the DMs, if you want to see how we're DM setting, how we're calling, how we're closing, whatever it is, literally type it down in the comments. I'm gonna make a video on it because my intention with this channel is to literally get you over 150K cash collected just by you watching these videos alone. That's all I want you to do. That's my intention with this channel. Any questions that you have about this whole process, either literally shoot it to my DMs or shoot it literally in the comments below, right? Now, I appreciate it if you would subscribe, right? It's kind of crazy that I'm even saying that in the first place, but yeah, I appreciate if you would subscribe. This is exactly how I'm gonna get one of my clients to $1 million a month, by just replicating this. Volume will beat anything. Post volume. It will negate all amount of luck. I promise you.